Hi everyone! I hope that you guys are doing amazing, guys and gals are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate the support. In this one, I wanted to speak to you guys about an image, a Twitter post that I shared recently on my Instagram. So I have a Boom Shikha INFJ Instagram. If you guys aren't on it, you can go follow it if you are on Instagram. And I shared this image about a person who was talking about how they're not an INFJ. They didn't say this in the INFJ context. But I was reading it, I was scrolling through on Instagram looking for something to post, and I noticed this post, and it was not related to INFJs, but I thought it was so related to us. It was basically us speaking from our heart that was like, I have to share this. And the essence of it was that the person was saying that a lot of times they'll be in a relationship and they'll start feeling like they are a burden on the person that they're in a relationship with. It could be a friendship, a partnership, a relation, whatever it might be, any kind of relation. And they start feeling like they're a burden. And because they feel like they're a burden, they start pulling away from that person or start doing things in order to break the relationship up. They break the relationship up and they start ruining what that person had with them. So they start ruining the relationship in general. And then the relationship falls apart. And so at the end, he was like, "You're welcome." It's so brilliant that I just had to do a video about it because this is so us. It is so us that I want to cry and laugh about it at the same time. Actually, more cry than laugh. And I've done this many times in the past when I was younger. Okay, I don't do this anymore because again, I don't have that many friends to lose, and the friends who I have, they know what kind of person I am, and they know I do stupid things like this, so they kind of ignore a lot of these weird things that I do. But in general, they are good enough that they reassure me that everything is okay, and I don't have to worry about our relationship or friendship. But in the past, as a younger, immature INFJ, I'd always have this doubt, this niggle of doubt or fear or anxiety within me that would say, you're not good enough to be with this person as a friend or a relationship or whatever it might be. It doesn't matter. Even in my family, I'd be like, no, you're not good enough for them. They're better than you. You are pulling them down. You are bringing them down. You're weighing them down. You are a burden upon them. And they're just holding on to you, or they're keeping you around because they feel sorry for you, or they're good people and that's why they're still keeping you around. If they knew better for themselves, they wouldn't keep you around. And so I have this sensation or feeling within me, and it exists for a long period of time. I existed for a long period of time. And what I usually start doing is that, oh, I'm a burden on this person. Oh, okay, cool. All right. So if this person's not going to do anything to alleviate that burden because they're too nice, I'm going to alleviate it for them. I'm going to fix it for them. So I will pull away, or I'll start doing stupid things in the relationship where I'll start pushing them away, or I'll start insulting them or doing terrible, cruel things to them. So then eventually they'll start hating me and we'll ruin this relationship that we had that was really nice and really great. It was a good relationship and it could have lasted a long time if I hadn't let this niggle of doubt come in and break us apart. And at the end of it, our relationship would break apart because, I'm very good at that. I was very good at it. We are all INFJs very good at it. And then we think in our head, oh, good, this is really great. Okay, we're not friends anymore. Really good for this person. They're not burdened with me anymore. They don't have to deal with me. It was a huge waste of time for them to deal with me. I'm a terrible person. I shouldn't be even allowed to be out in the public. But I am. So, what can you do? But at least this person won't have to deal with me anymore. They can be free to do whatever they want. They have more time now on their hand. And we make up all these stories in our head. Yeah. So you're welcome. I have given you your life back. That's not how it actually works, obviously, right? I mean, I'm sure you see the ludicrousness of it when I'm telling it to you in this manner. I'm sure you're still thinking, oh, well, it's all right for you. You're a YouTuber and you're cool. I'm making up these things, okay? People do actually say this to me. It's okay for you. You're a YouTuber and you're extroverted, so it's fine. And I'm like, I'm exactly like you. I'm an INFJ. I'm a fool. I'm an absolute crazy, ludicrous fool. So don't even put labels on me. Or don't push me up to those high standards or pedestals of yours, right? So I am crazy just like you, and so there's no difference between us, right? I am exactly like you. I do stupid things all the time like this, and I push people away. And then afterwards I think to myself, that relationship was actually really great. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this to them? Why did I break up this relationship? Why am I so foolish, right? Of course, as I got older, I started loving myself more and I started realizing, actually I'm a pretty great person and I'm a good friend and I actually am a good person to be around and they like me being around and I'm not a burden on them and I don't need to worry about that and it's okay for us to keep on being friends or keep on being in a relationship and let's just keep on going and let's stop making up these stories in our head, right? Now, of course, it took me a long time to get to this point, so I don't know what to tell you guys. Hopefully, though, that you'll watch this video and you'll look at it and you'll be like, oh my god, I didn't even know I was doing this consciously. Because a lot of times what we're doing is that we're not doing this consciously, unfortunately. We're doing it unintentionally, unconsciously, where we have this thing inside of us saying, oh, I'm a burden on this person. It's like this tape that runs in the background all the time for us. I'm a burden on this person. I'm a burden on that person. I'm a burden on the earth. I'm a burden on this house. I'm a burden on whatever it might be, on my job. We always think that we're worse than we actually are. And so we think that we're a burden, and then we start doing this unconsciously. We start pushing the person away or breaking our relationship up unconsciously. We're not consciously doing this at first, okay? So if you are doing this at this moment in time unconsciously, this is a great wake-up call for you. Watch this video, realize you're doing this, and then when you actually do this in real life, stop yourself. Stop yourself and be like, all right, whatever your name is, stop it. You're not doing this anymore. You did this in the past. It's not important. The main thing I want you guys to realize is that you are not the savior of everyone else. If someone else doesn't want to be around you anymore, they have the right, absolute right, to say, I'm sorry, I don't like you anymore. I'm not going to be friends with you anymore. Or the right to just leave without even telling you anything. And people do that all the time to me and to you, I'm sure. So everyone that we're dealing with at this point in time, I'm sure they're an adult, right? Unless it's a baby of yours and they can't leave, but that's a completely different story. And you're taking care of them, you're not a burden on them, they're not a burden on you. It's a relationship, right? A symbiotic one. But unless it's that, which is very rare, I think most of us are adults at this point. If you're watching my video, you're probably an adult or close to it. And all the relationships you are in are adult relationships with adults, right? And so they all have the right and the prerogative to just leave if they want to. You don't need to worry about them. If they feel that you are a burden on them, they will take that and they will do what they can with it. You have no right or you don't have the need to go about and be like, make stories up, put stories in people's heads or think that this is what's actually happening and then fix it for them. You don't need to fix it for them. If they think you're a burden, they can leave and they'll figure it out on their own. They're an adult, they can take care of themselves. You don't need to take care of them for you. You don't have to do that for them, okay? It's not important. It's not the way you need to do things, okay? And so this is the main thing I really want to tell you is that we have this weird thing inside of us that we want to fix everyone's lives, yeah? We're like, no, they can't do it on their own. Why not? Why can't they do it on your own? You know better than them. Are you stronger than them? In a lot of cases, no. Are you braver than them? In a lot of cases, no. And why do you know better for them than they do themselves? Yes, your intuition is strong, blah, 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 but in a lot of cases, people know themselves better than you know them. Really, they do, right? They know what's good for them. They know what's bad for them. They know what to do for themselves. You don't have to take care of them in that manner. In fact, you're probably hurting them if you're doing it. Yeah, because perhaps they actually really love you. They like being friends with you. They like being in a relationship with you. They want you around for a long time. And then you ruin something that did not need to be ruined, did not need to be broken because you put these stories in their head, because you made up these stories about your relationships that were absolutely false because you were like, oh, well, yeah, they feel burdened by me. Had they told you that? If they haven't actually told you that, then that's probably not true, right? Most INFJs are pretty charming creatures and people love them. Like every person that I've spoken to love INFJs, love the INFJ in their life. There are very few people who say they hate INFJs. And most of us want us to be around. Every friend of mine has said this to me over and over again. I want you around. I like you being around. Even though in my head I'm thinking, why? So we're not a burden on them, no matter how much you think of it that way. You're not. Really, you're not. Like, really, I wish I could tell you this over and over again. You're not a burden on them. You're just making up a story in your head. If you are actually a burden on them, they can deal with it themselves. If they want to leave, they can leave. But you don't do that for them. Don't fix the relationship by ruining it. How ironic that we do that. In any case, this is something that I really wanted to share with you because it's so important and it resonated with a lot of the INFJs on the Instagram. So I thought that it would definitely resonate with you, and hopefully that we can stop doing this to ourselves. It's a foolish thing to do. It's something that I don't want us to do anymore, and I hope that this will actually stop a lot of you guys from fixing a relationship by ruining it. Okay? Again, thank you so much for listening, for watching. I really appreciate the support, and I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.